Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Zach Business Wallace. You already know. Commenting on the comments with me right now. It's me and Miss Saudi. We got Ann on the way. Uh, and a couple more people supposed to come through. Miss Lori. Y'all already know the intro.
I'm here now. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Businessman, no fake ones on my premises. Shane Soon told me if I find them, gotta finish them. Gotta kill all you, I can't leave no witnesses. Do it in 60 seconds, call me 1 minute man. Roll that weed up, I stay G'd up. Hey, that's me, bro, everyday procedure. You think y'all hustle, you think y'all smart. Every one of my niggas got EBT cards, electronic benefits. I pay taxes too, so I got a right to my own shit, bitch. Hang around Crips, Bloods, Hines, and Sigmas. Four Crip blood signs and blue fire signals. You know, you niggas wanna fuck with danger. When my niggas milk Lawson, Robin Mangrum, Jake Brown, VP, Tyree, JB, PT, and Chris that used to fuck with Angel. Yeah, I don't fake the black man. I'm a fucking black man and fake the light skin. Feel me?
Yo, 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 yo. Again, commenting on the comments. I'm here with my two compadres, Anthony Brown and the one and only Miss Saudi. How y'all doing today?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Good.
Right.
What's up?
I don't know if y'all heard it, but Miss Saudi kind of gave me.
Made our parents afraid to discipline the children. Then what happened? We found out that the teachers were afraid of the principals were scared of the superintendents. Superintendent was scared of the school board was scared of the parents were scared of the children, and the children ain't scared of nobody.
What y'all think about that, man? So basically, trying to say we are protecting these kids too much, and the kids ain't scared of nobody. How you feel about that, Miss Saudi?
They ain't scared of nobody. They ain't scared of the teachers. They ain't scared of the principals. They ain't scared of some of them ain't scared of their mom and daddy, but not.
You think it's that YN? It's that YN network? You know what YN stand for?
Yeah, they working together too. They need to work
Exactly.
together in the right areas.
That YN network ain't no
They
joke.
be terrorizing everybody.
Hey, it was.
Y'all can hear me now?
Dude. Say what now?
I say y'all.
Yeah, he's still coming, the chopper. We can hear you a little bit. Go ahead and speak on it. Aunt. Let's see if we can bring
Speak on what?
We have to
Speak on what?
go ahead. Well, basically, the YN network. You got a lady right here. I'm gonna play it again. I don't know if you can hear it. They're just talking about the whole school.
They did a grand thing when they took that son away from us. Because when they made our parents afraid to discipline the children, then what happened? We found out that the teachers were afraid of the principals were scared of the superintendent was scared of the school board was scared of the parents were scared of the children, and the children ain't scared of nobody.
They say the children ain't scared of nobody, but everybody, all the adults beefing. What you think about
That's
that,
true.
man? You think we're too easy on these children, man?
Absolutely, man. Politics done got involved with our family, with our individual family lives, man, our personal lives. Politics have definitely got involved with it, you know, which made it easy for basically our child to say, you know, if you go to discipline them, even verbally or just pop them and stuff like that, I'm gonna call the police. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made it. That's what made it a problem in the system today. See, the real problem is that they ain't gonna say this, but it's the truth. Them they ain't gonna white. See, back in the days, man, in school we had grandmas and the real granddad, the real aunties, and all of them was what 40 some years old. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Nowadays teachers 23, 21, 25. So that old school era, them old school was gone. Another
yeah.
thing is that it became a when think about it back in the days, the majority of school teachers was what? Right? Black. Let's keep it real. Part of the
They
school
was who?
system, teachers black, bro. It was black.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
a lot of back in the day, like especially when talent was allowed back in the days, they had to cut that shit short because that them white folks ain't want black teachers kids, but it was okay for Mr. Freeman, Coach, you know what I'm saying, Mr. All them white teachers, white football coaches, the powder, but it ain't okay for that teacher to powder a white child. But guess what?
Mm.
That brought discipline, that brought respect, everything in the school system. That shit gone, bro. There's no system no more. You know what I'm saying? Not saying a lot of kids do or don't get it at home, but a lot of them don't. You know, you come to school and be disrespectful if you're doing it at home.
Yeah. It's definitely done. We're gonna try to look at some of the comments real quick. Um, it's just a tough situation, man. It's a tough situation, I guess, when you try to look at what's going on with these students and why everybody's so hard. You know what I'm saying? They these students just hard, bro. These students just hard. So
Yeah,
one more time. So if why are the parents scared of the children? Just because what you think it's like this whole thing with maybe you can't beat your child or something? Because man, my mama didn't care about none of that.
yeah, but that time is
I
gone,
don't.
brother. That era is gone. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you got to remember, back in the days, bro. If you got a paddling by your teacher or the principal, right?
Yeah.
After you got that ass whooping by your teacher, after you got them 3 licks, it was only 3. After you got them 3 licks, what they did? Them jokers, when they had their break, they called your parents and left a message and said, "Hey, listen, your child got paddling today." But guess what? When you got home, when you walked right through that door, what did you get?
Yeah,
You
you
got
got
your
your
head
behind
knocked
toe
off.
up.
Yeah, you got your behind toe up right when you walk through that door. Because for the simple fact, don't no parent want to get a call from school saying that, hey man, we had to literally, go to the next level to spank your child behind because they were being
Mm.
that disruptive in school. You feel me?
That disruptive.
Now, don't let your parents have to get off work and come have to bust their ass themselves. Now that's a whole you get your ass to school and you get your ass put home.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sometimes I just think maybe it's the household of the kid. If the kid ain't got the household holding them up, is where it
The
comes
household hold them up.
from. Because
And
certain
look.
some
Exactly.
kids not listening to listen to their
Exactly.
mother. It's the mother. It's
Exactly.
always us with everything we deal with, the hard shit, the good shit, the shit, the everything. Like, so I mean, we can't.
Look what she said. Look what she said. This lady said, "In my house, I'm the teacher." She said, "In my house, I'm the teacher. I'm the principal. I'm the superintendent. I'm the board member. I give ass whoopings for free givers." She said, "I give ass whoopings for free." I was raised in a household that taught me to respect my elders and understand myself. And then the other lady said, "That's what happened when you let the government into family matters. It
That's
starts
just what I
with
said,
child
man.
support." You heard that? It
That's
starts
just
with child
that's just what I said.
support. Just like child support, having to get a license in order to love someone and be married. They have successfully brainwashed us to think that, oh, we not married unless they tell us we married. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of true. That's kind of true, man. What you think, Laura?
Coming in on and just talk about. You gotta scoop me in.
Oh, so basically, it was a lady saying that the children has the parents scared, then the parents have the school board scared, and the children ain't scared of nobody. So we kind of losing our children, and it's because I guess they're trying to blame it on us, on our generation,
Um,
because they be dropping the ball now.
I'm
Generations
gonna
do
tell you
drop
the
the ball.
truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I actually spoke to somebody about this when we were younger, right? Our grandparents and our parents instilled a lot in us, right? And we were hard headed too. I'm not even gonna sit here and say I was not hard headed. I know as a child I was hard headed. I done did some things I probably shouldn't have done, but I had to run into that brick wall on my own to realize, like, oh, this ain't where I'm supposed to be going. But I know, like, my grandmother, yes, I got many whoopings, but they were very patient with me, right? And the problem is I don't think this generation or our generation are as patient because of just like life in general. I don't feel like our generation is as patient with younger kids like we used to. We're so quick to say, oh, they're disrespectful, they're this, they're that. But then think about it. How many times you done talked under your breath to your parents? How many times you done went in your room? I done cussed my mom out many a times under my breath in my room. I know that for a fact. It's
Exactly.
really no difference. Yeah, now I ain't gonna lie. This generation of kids, boy, they something serious. But then I always say, let me hold myself accountable because I know me as a person, I probably could have talked to more when I encounter with more or whatever. Not saying they're gonna listen, but do your part as giving just what you know, because sometimes they don't have it where they're at. So you know how they say you know better when you do better when you know better. But guess what? Some of them don't know because they ain't never being taught the right way. You got the
Exactly.
parents out living their lives, and I don't know. I don't know where you stay or where you see it, but I've definitely seen it where it's 13, 14, 50-year olds at 11 o'clock at night walking up and down the street. And you're like, if that street light would have been on, let me tell you something. I better be in the house. Although I'm telling you, my
Exactly.
mama would lock the door and not even care. But you can lay on the porch tonight. Like, it wasn't no in between or whatever, but it's not the same things being instilled in them like it was in us. And I think that's where the ball's being dropped at.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got something to show you too. This next thing I'm gonna show you is when I get up to it. It's it kind of got to go hand in hand with the children. How do you handle, and I know we ain't gonna turn this into it, but how do you handle a child that falls out all the time? And I'm about to share my screen here, but when I tell you, my son went through it. My son went through it, and that daycare let him bust his head. Like they was very, very upset at my son, and he just got on their last nerve. I don't know how he Okay, well, not this one, but this we're gonna talk about this in a minute. That right there is nasty too. That right there was nasty too. But it's this one right here. And it's crazy. It's just crazy how people just go through their craziest time and just for some reason they just don't understand. Oh my bad. Here we go. Actually, look like we lost the video. I tell you what. So basically, the kids was falling out, and nobody really didn't know how to handle them, and the kid ended up hurting themselves to a certain degree. So I don't know how to explain it all the way, but it's just funny how kids are allowed to do whatever they want to do. How do they control the household? I have no idea. I give you 100% love over there. You, especially Lori too. I know your kids a little older, but to handle them when they're young, oh my God, man! Listen, you got to have some true patience. How you do it, man? It's gonna help somebody. It's gonna help somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand what they be crying for, and I always tell them, don't come crying to me if you can talk. If I can understand what's wrong with you, then tell me. Like my 2-year-old, that's how I get her to learn how to talk, how to communicate. Her problem,
Exactly.
what's wrong, how she hurt. So instead of her coming to me crying, if she can't say it, she'll point to it, or she'll be like, she'll get some type of signal. But like I just learn my kids. That's where my patients come in at.
Gotcha. So basically, the the piggyback off of that, being a step parent is very hard too. I see that I went out. Being a step parent is very difficult. I'm sure you guys can still hear me, correct?
Hmm?
Being a
Okay.
step parent is very difficult. What is the best advice to give somebody that tries to fill that role? I got multiple brothers that has filled that role, and it's a very important topic because a lot of people aren't, making it with their, their first, significant other or whatever. And when they move on and somebody shows that they're interested and actually loves them, they have to love the child. And this is a very touchy topic. Reason I brought this up because my one of my business partner was talking about this earlier, and he's going through some situation with with someone that's not his son, and I really didn't know what to tell him because I never had success at this. I think Anthony definitely had some experience at it, so I'm gonna let you talk on that, Ant.
So it's definitely a tough question, man, especially to when you jump into already what they call is a family. So you have to learn. You have to everybody has to get used to get accustomed to each. Especially because when a man comes in, we men to set rules, boundaries, and especially kids, those kids that you have now in life already moving. The situation is be tough. You gotta, everybody just gotta get on, which basically what I said yesterday, communicate, get on one accord, everybody together, everybody has to move together, and everybody has to be held accountable for everything. Even the parents, man, gotta be held accountable, for everything. The way you talk to the child, the way the child talk to you. Um, and if the two parents come together and create that bond to where you put your foot down and they stay down, then everything should be good.
Hmm. Uh, the situation that I was going through, Laura, you want to speak on that?
I could tell you. So I was one of those kids because when my mom and my dad split up, I was 12 going on 13. So all I knew
Okay.
was my dad. And then you had this guy coming in our life, and I felt like he was trying to, because there was no understanding, I felt like he was trying to come in to fill the role of my father.
Hmm.
I was super close to my dad, always being super close to my dad. So I felt like my feelings weren't even considered. Not saying that like choose somebody because of that. That's not it. But you do have to understand that I was a kid, and I'm not understanding. And I'm not saying like that, but I feel like there's definitely got to be more understanding when you're bringing someone in your kid's life, right? You have to understand that they have feelings too, right? They have to have understanding too. Not saying you got to get their approval. That's not what I'm saying. But you definitely have to be more open to understand that they have feelings. They're going through things. They're trying to understand, like, what is this? What is going on? Because, my stepdad came into my life when mom had 7 girls. Like, he didn't come
Yeah.
into our lives when it was 2. So it's a lot. I didn't start appreciating my pops. I call him my pops. I didn't start appreciating him till I got older. And that's just being honest. I didn't, because I didn't understand, and nobody ever took the time out to really help me understand. It was just, you want to accept it and we keep it moving. And no matter what this is, we gave him hell. I don't even know how he stayed around. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I would have been
He
left.
really
That's just
loved her.
being
He really
realistic.
loved.
But
He
that's
really loved. He really, really loved
yeah,
your
and that's
mom.
why yeah, and that's why I had to understand, and that's why he'll tell you to this day. I always tell him, I appreciate you for not turning your back on us, because you could have been like, oh, I ain't gonna do these badass girl, I'm gone. You know what I mean? But that's not what he did. And when I tell you, when you ask him how many girls he got, he said 11. He never says,
You know what I'm
oh, I
saying?
only got 4 girls. He considered our 7, my mom's 7, and he considered the 2 he had with my mom, and then the 2 he already had. He said, I got
Yeah.
11 girls. And when I tell you it ain't nothing this man won't do for me, my pops passed in 2023. When I tell you my dad passed in 2023. When I tell you my pops was there, hey, yo, you okay? You good? You sure you good? Or whatever. Most men be like, oh, okay, whatever. But it was just the understanding. But you're right. It takes a lot of it's communication. When you first
Yeah.
meet somebody, stop being afraid to have those adult conversations with them. Like, that's something serious, especially when you have kids and they have kids. Stop being afraid to have those adult conversations to get understanding of what you see in this and what we see, to be able to understand, because I feel like that'll help with a lot of kinks before you go down the road, because you'll have better understanding. Oh, this is that. Okay, this is this, or this is that. And it is a partnership. Stop, if your kids disrespect him, stop thinking it's okay. Oh, well, that's not really your dad. Excuse my language, I'm about to say something else. You're going to respect him just like you respect me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to understand you where
That's
you're
tough.
coming from, but I'm going to take the time out and we're going to make it work.
Yeah. It's a real tough situation. Because like you said, you didn't really give him the opportunity to to coming from a man. Most men come from a disciplined background. So when we try to put discipline in a household, especially a household full of ladies, it's a little different for us. We're familiar with the men. We're familiar with men. So, well, young boys trying to become men. So, it's really, really a an opportunity for you to see how much somebody really loves your mom when it comes from him loving the daughter. Because that is for one, you got to trust him around your kid. You know, now like Lori, she had 6 other sisters, so to trust him around all those females, and then to still give time to your significant other is very, very tough. It's very tough because your woman gonna want time, and you still got to show time to the kids. You know what I mean? That is so. Look, man, it's otherworldly to even think about it. To that man right there, he deserves a shout out because a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't love somebody else's kid the same." Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I've seen it with Ant. I've seen it with a couple of other people. So I'm just like to some of my young boys out there who are in and what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this. Y'all just seen that? Y'all just seen the stream? I don't know what just happened with the stream. But anyway, it seemed like
you gotta
showing better. You
gotta
showing
get off
better now.
that.
Well, he was.
You gotta get off that
for a
next
minute
game,
there.
bro.
He said that next game. I don't know. Everybody say I sound good. I don't know. How am I coming through, Laura? Ray B? How am I coming
You
through, Ray
sound
B?
fine to
Am I
me.
straight? You can hear me?
Yeah.
Sound good.
Okay. Well, I mean, just to reiterate what I was saying, we're gonna move on to something else. It's very tough being a step parent, mom or dad. I was raised by a stepmom also, so my mother died before I even got a chance to get to know her as a high schooler. So I mean, by the time I was in 8th grade, I really had seen my mother, but maybe 20, 30 times, maybe. I stayed with her for a little while up to when I was maybe 6 or 7, maybe like 8, 9, and then I went on to stay with my dad. But I never got to see my mother. And what happens is we don't understand that it affects the children. It definitely affected me. You know what I'm saying? It took a minute for me to get over that. And I don't even think I still got over it. And all the way up until 40 years old, I still think that it still beats me up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you kind of gotta have some I want to say a counselor some type of way, or a psychiatrist or something, because you will never be able to replace that person, that mom, that father. So I get what you're saying, Laura. You were still hurt, you know what I'm saying? And then you didn't really come into feeling that. It's a lot of children going through that right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of single moms right now that are gonna have somebody come into their life and to be there to be the love of their life. And one day that he gonna have to take care of those kids. He gonna have to take, you know what I'm saying? So try your best to be with the person that you have kids with. But if it doesn't work out, it ain't over. It ain't over, man. I've seen many people, man, 30, 40 years old get married I think even around 50, late 40s. They got married, 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. Lori said it was 7 of them. And that man still loved his mom. Loved her mother. You know what I'm saying? Unconditional. And that's when unconditional love exists, man. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? If people act right. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, man. Unconditional love. Shit gonna happen, but you know what I'm saying? How you gonna get through shit? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen, but how you gonna get through it? I got too many people I can lean on to do that. So I'm appreciative of that. Let's move on to the next topic, man. Something that happened with Donald Trump, of course. I picked this because that mother effer there ain't playing, boy. That mother effer there ain't playing. I guess Miss Walls.
What's new?
Say what now, Aunt?
What he done now?
I'm about to show it, man. This right here, like Trump brought over the president from Ukraine. You know, that was Joe Biden's homeboy. And
Yeah.
him and the vice president sat down with him and had a big conversation with ending this war with Russia. You already know he with Putin. You know he with Putin, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play this right here.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna let y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Cause this right here is this some real shit. I don't even think I ever heard nobody talk like this to nobody. Not that's like a president. God damn it. I just hit it out. Hold on, let me go back. There we go. Man, listen, this right here, I promise you, when y'all hear it, y'all gonna be like, ain't no way a president talk like that. That dude right here, he is no joke. He ain't no joke, man. Let's see here. What's that video at? Man, tell me that they didn't take that video off. That'll be crazy. Hey, he was on his ass so bad to where people had to come back and tell Trump to chill out because this like some World War III shit. I'm just gonna play it because some reason it's acting a fool. Man, you know how technology is. For some reason, I had everything right there ready to go. But y'all tell me what y'all think, man. When y'all hear
In the
this.
meantime, you got it to play?
Yeah, here we go right here. Here we go. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Shoot. Go ahead, Aunt. Oh, here we go.
In the meantime, what y'all think of?
Here we go. I found it right here.
Go ahead, let's hear it.
I found it right here. I just went to the wrong one. I went to the wrong screen. Y'all tell me about this right here. He said you will feel. Watch this.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong. You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and it happens to be right from the very beginning of the war. You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't have the cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very...
Listen to him, man. I don't know if y'all heard that, but what you think, man, if you did?
I mean, I always said that Trump basically, man, he ain't about to deal with it. You're not gonna you're not gonna tell him what to do, especially since he's in a position of a superpower. It has you know, most dominant, armed forces on the planet. We have everywhere. We have bases in other countries. That's what you have to understand. Well, you know that because you prior service. Um, but man, we don't have like the countries have bases established. Like we can set missiles, set nukes off, set thing off from anywhere on the and basically we and Trump basically letting them know, man, you ain't in a position to, you know what I'm saying? We you know, we want, if I want to, I can, y'all. You know what I'm saying? China, the reason why a lot of people are scared of China is because of the fact that their technology is always more advanced than ours. But as far as um say ground troops, they do have more ground troops than America. I'll definitely say that. They have the largest like ground troops like known to man. But as far as like the most powerful, when it comes to just armed forces, it hands down it belongs to us. But the position everybody has to understand and other countries have to understand is that we establish, power in a position all over the place. And that's what gives us the upper hand because you're not finna move on a country that we already done established, a base at in a position of power to either help somebody out or carry over a stronghold or something like that. So man, yeah, that's what I honestly, like I said, man, I like him in as a president because he don't tolerate shit. You're not finna tell him what to do. You're not finna overtalk him. You're not finna say, look, bro, we'll send two nukes over. You do that, you got 8 more coming at you. You know what I'm saying? With 3 intercepting or 2 that you sent. So hands down, man. Like I said, I do have some shit to say about him, but other than that, he's good to me. He don't pay my bills. I pay my bills, but he's good to me.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand why that man was there in the White House talking shit in the Oval Office after America has helped Ukraine like for how long now? This is about almost a year now that this been going on with Russia. Who you think gave him all the ammunition and the tanks and all this craziness so they could, defend themselves? And then that man brought his behind right there in the White House, sat right there, knowing who Donald Trump is, and the vice president sitting right there by him, and just disrespect them like that.
Right.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. Anybody else got something to say about it? Because we can move on to something. What you got to say?
Anytime anybody, when you got too many heads at one table, you know what I'm saying? Like when you got too many powers at one table, let's say that you got too many, like it's just you got too many men, you got too much masculine energy at a table, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna try to throw their weight around. That's just how it is. Somebody gonna slick say something. That's just the nature of it. But like I said, Trump, he's in a position. Don't fuck with that dude. That's just don't play with him. That's just the bottom line. No, he ready to blow some shit up. I'm keeping it real. Ready to blow some shit
up. So I guess this just happened too. We're gonna go back to World Star. I guess it just happened. Citibank, y'all know who Citibank is, ends up putting $81 trillion in somebody's account, but 81 trillion in somebody's account. I didn't even know you could do something like that because they say that banks don't even have that type of money sitting around anyway. So how can they do that? It's a I hate a cheap nigga. What y'all think about this? Somebody said, I hate a cheap
Some
nigga.
bank did that.
Say what now?
Some bank did that. I think it was either last year, or year before. Happened in I think it was either Louisiana or Mississippi or one person down there. The bank actually deposited, I think, like 10 to 20 million in somebody, like literally just within their account by, and they went out, they retrieved the money for like 10 to 15 days. So the person looked in their account and went the balling out of control. And
Damn.
but yeah, it's that's crazy, man. Like, yeah, it's crazy. So that's
$81 trillion, bro. That's crazy.
By the
They
time
only
they
had
why
take
have
my
been moving money so
account,
fast.
They only had $280 in their account at the time. Tell me how you
by
don't
the
go
time
to
they check my account,
it was in there. It was in there for hours. Ain't no way I'm getting that back to you. I'm being honest. You put it in my account, it's going straight to Cash App. I'm putting something in Cash App. I'm putting something.
I'm transferring
I'm
to every
Zilling.
account I
I'm a
have.
Zilla.
Hey,
By the time
Exactly.
they reverse it, I'll be negative $81 trillion.
I would. I'm telling you. Hey, at least a couple million. At least a couple million. You know what I'm
everybody that hit that block shot, bro.
saying? That's crazy. God, I see what you've done for others. Can you do it for me? They say he was the richest man in the world for 90 minutes. 90 minutes. An hour and 30 minutes. I would have made it. I ain't gonna lie. I would have
That's a
made it.
long time, bro.
Do you
Hour and
know
30
the
minutes is a long
feeling that
time,
you
bro.
would? Do you know the feeling that you would have to know that for 90 minutes you had that much money and you didn't even touch it?
I mean, but
Man.
honest, that's so much money, y'all. You wouldn't even be able to move that much money like that.
You ain't gonna be
Well,
able to
I ain't
get the
gotta
whole
move it. I'm gonna
81, but
move enough.
yeah, you could get a couple 100,000.
Enough that they wouldn't notice nothing went wrong with the trillion. Like, look, you still got 81 trillion. It's still in there.
Exactly. At least it'd have been
And
80.9 million still left in there.
What'd you say?
this
I
a
said,
true story. This a true story.
Man.
This is a true story. My brother Zach is I was, and this was, I'm crypto too. But one morning and the glitch hit my account, and I woke up. What it was, like 20, like 81 billion my crypto account. I think it was like either 20 something billion or 80 something billion in my crypto account, and I couldn't touch it. I couldn't touch it. That happens. That shit happens. I was at work like this here. That shit happens, man.
You trying to reset that?
Trying to move that money, bro.
Ain't nothing.
I think I might still have a screenshot. I gotta check, bro. I think I still got the screenshots too. But I was at work shaking, man. I'm ready to quit. Man, what?
I tell you, my mess up. My mess up was when this whole thing hit, and I said, you know what? I invested my money into one of my bros with Bitcoin already. They had Bitcoin at the time. And I said, man, that's stupid money. I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know nothing about it until Anthony told me. You know what I'm saying? Me and all the brothers like, man, you investing in Bitcoin, man, get that shit out of here. Man, I probably like 6 months. How long did it take Ant for Bitcoin to flip over? Maybe about 8 months.
Shoot, probably 6 months.
6 to 8 months. And I'm talking about millions. It was at least what, 24,000. And then somebody had told us about Dogecoin, and that's when Chris bought all that Dogecoin. But in Montalvis, I don't know if you remember Montalvis Fulton, he hit, a couple other people hit too on Dogecoin. But man, Bitcoin, every time I invest in something, I'll take the money out too fast. And if you're listening, young fellas, young ladies, when you invest, don't take the money out unless you hit big, at least 30, 40,000. Like, it's gonna be hard times. You ain't got to ball out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all do anything with the kids and with your nephews and nieces or whatever, let them invest early while the money don't even matter to them. You know what I'm saying? That same little $100 or $200 you about to give to them. I know people that give it to them in Bitcoin or give it to them in Dogecoin or at the time it was Shiba with when me and Ant was messing with it. But all this crypto, you have to find out what's gonna work. And right now, who knows? Might be one of the Elon's tokens somewhere. Who knows? Everybody always run after what he do. So I guess that's the thing to do. But you gotta the CDs what used to hit back in the day. I remember certificate of deposit. If I would have knew that when I was 15, 16, 17, my dad used to give me all type of money. And I used to spend it on sneakers and all this craziness. And all I had to do was put that little money up in a certificate of deposit. And I'm telling you right now, I'll probably be killing the game. Anthony one day told us how much money we spent over a 10-year span. So when you're 10 years old, all the way till you 20 years old, none of what you buy don't freaking matter anyway. Let people laugh at your shoes. Let people laugh at your clothes. All that, let them laugh. From when you 10 years old, I say probably even 8 or 9. When you 10 years old, what grade is that? Like what, 6th grade, 7th grade, 5th grade? All the way through until you're 20. I promise you, you'll be a millionaire. You're gonna spend just that much money. Let your mom or your daddy or your uncle or whoever, your auntie, grandmother, put it in some type of, I'm not gonna say a trust because you got to have a certain amount of money for the trust. But if you want to put it in something, just go put it in a savings account that has a 1 point whatever. Well, nah, because when you get that money back,
even if they do a whole life policy. Let them do a whole life
right
policy that like Northwestern does 6-7%. I mean, do it there. You ain't touching it. Let it sit there. It ain't hurting you. You making money off of money just sitting there. You're gonna make more money off of that than you would if you was to put it in a savings account.
10 years old, Laura. What you buying at 9 and 10? That matters. Nothing.
At 12, I was raking people's yards to buy Jordans. I don't know. I wish I wasn't, but it's just the truth. I ain't know no better. I didn't know no better.
I know, but it's just Roblox. People keep buying these Roblox back to back. Hey, look, I spend a lot of money on Roblox for the cousins and the nephews, and the little brothers and stuff like that. I spend a lot of money on it, but if we just took out the time to educate them on some of the stuff that we're educated on right now. See, our parents didn't really, I don't know about all y'all parents, but my parents weren't educated on investments at one point in time. Like, that's just something they didn't do. We just barely was making it. Check to check. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that, we was eating.
Well, the resources,
the kids stuff.
The resources back then wasn't available like they are now, man. The resources now is unlimited. You gotta now everybody Googles everything. I ain't gonna even lie, I hate Google. I don't like Google. I'm not the one to Google some shit. So when Jazz said yesterday, Taurus is like Google this, Taurus is, by the way, I am a Taurus. And I can't stand Google. I can't stand Google. I hate Google because Google is not accurate. Saying and everybody is Googling shit. You know, back in the days when you wanted to find some shit, you had to go to the library. You had to go get that library card. You really had to look in the newspaper. You had to see what was really going on. Now all you got now it's a click. You get on there and you Google, and everything pops up, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if you really want to know what's going on in your city back in the days, go get the newspapers. Spend 25 cents. Go get.
Hey,
It's gonna tell you who went to jail, who died.
Hey, and listen to this real quick.
I believe the reason that Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours is because he would just give it up. And that's not who we are as Americans. Let's understand what happened here. I actually met with Zelensky a few days before Russia invaded, tried through force to change territorial boundaries, to define one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And I met with President Zelensky. I shared with him American intelligence about how he could defend himself. Days later, I went to NATO's eastern flank, to Poland and Romania. And through the work that I and others did, we brought 50 countries together to support Ukraine in its righteous defense. And because of our support, because of the air defense, the ammunition, the artillery, the javelins, the Abrams tanks that we have provided, Ukraine stands as an independent and free country. If Donald Trump were president, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv right now. And understand what that would mean, because Putin's agenda is not just about Ukraine. Understand why the European allies and our NATO allies are so thankful that you are no longer president, and that we understand the importance of the greatest military alliance the world has ever known, which is NATO, and what we have done to preserve the ability of Zelensky and the Ukrainians to fight for their independence. Otherwise, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv with his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans right here in Pennsylvania how quickly you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch.
So you know what that's about, and we gonna get ready to end it because I know I got to make sure I'm on twice tomorrow. I see you, Laura, down there. She called it a while back. I'm trying to put Lori on. She called it a while back during the presidential debate. And that's exactly what's going on right now. Is he is giving so much power to Vladimir Putin. And I'm talking about, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they surrender to Russia probably within the next 3 or 4 months. Or they'll get wiped out. They probably get wiped out, man. Why I care so much? I don't.
It's my Ukraine.
Yeah, Ukraine. Yeah. I just think it's another move because it's a lot of stuff that got undone with Hitler. You know, Hitler was definitely trying to take the Soviet Union, and then you know, they had already pushed Russia out. You know what I mean? But you know, they destroyed the Soviet Union, the old Soviet Union, and I don't want to get into a history class, and they made it Russia. They help appoint I forget the guy's name as their like sultan, because Hitler was going to take all of their stuff. He's just going to take it, and all of those guys were scared. They joined together and they got rid of Germany. So what's going on now is they looking at Poland. Us as black people, white people, whatever, Americans, you kind of got to open your eyes. You know what I'm saying? We don't have another proven leader after Biden's gone. The Obamas are already going to be gone. You got who left? Trump is going to be gone. Who do we have next to run the country? They're not even preparing nobody.
You gotta put some young blood.
JD Vance, the vice president, definitely can't do it. They're not gonna respect him. He's just too young. That man is still in his 30s as a vice president. They're not gonna respect him. You see what they did to Nixon. I mean, not Nixon, but Kennedy. You see what they did to Kennedy, and he was one of the youngest, 42 years old. You think they're gonna let another young? They don't have anybody. Look at how old these dudes are, man. Trump is 70 years old. Joe Biden was 70 years old when he was going out. You know what I'm saying? It was time to let Kamala do this. It was time to let her do it. Maybe she run again. I don't know. I like Michelle Obama, but
she is the front runner. She's the front runner.
You think she'll do it though? I like
it'd be honestly, man. It'd be stupid if she don't though. But hey, politics are politics, man.
Her daughter's already grown up, so that's a good.
Nah, if Michelle Obama ran, hands down she'll win.
I think so too. I think she would have won this time.
Nah, yeah, she hands down she would have won. She'll win. If Michelle Obama
I think she would have won this time. It threw everybody off. It threw everybody off when Kamala came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And I feel sorry for the ladies. Because Donald Trump beat up on two women back to back.
That's your order.
He beat up on two women. He beat Hillary up.
No, it's not me.
And then he beat up on Kamala, man. But anybody got something to say about it? We gonna go around the table. Lord, you got something?
You know I talk too much.
Talk to me. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say about it. Go ahead. A lot of people want to hear what you got to say.
About this?
Well, about the whole thing with Trump and look, I know it ain't the other topics, but we talk about anything. So about the whole thing with Trump, this whole thing with Russia, Putin, and then how do you feel after seeing that, you know, we could have had the first black woman president, actually female president, actually. But
what hurt her was when she spoke what she was gonna do, and then she went missing for 4 years. So that's just like a parent telling you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then they go missing, and then you just pop back up in my life and then just think I'm gonna be done trust. She lost. It's true. And in my line, she lost a lot of people's trust. They dropped the ball tremendously, and you didn't give the people the security that they needed in order for them to push through for the right reasons, right? I'm just not going to vote for you just because you're color. I don't care. You're not going to move me in that way, because I done seen people not show up that's been my own color, you know, and that's not to knock them out. I'm just saying I've seen it before. And so you're not going to move me by color. You're going to move me by what? How do you affect not me, but my kids? Because my kids are coming behind me.
Yeah.
I want to know how you're going to affect them, you know? And so I get it. But when she went missing and came back, I'm like, oh, no, hold on. Is this 5 heartbeats? And it came to show.
Well, you voted for Trump. You voted for Trump, didn't you?
You know, one thing I don't do is explain, because, you know, it's touchy subject, because people, you know, they whatever. So I I don't. It's a few things I don't talk about: race, religion, politics. I just don't, because I know that's such a touchy subject for people. And to be honest with you, in those subjects, you got to be real. Those people already have their opinionated formulated.
That's true.
So no matter what I say, it's not going to make you change your mind. So I'm not going to waste my time to talk about what you already were raised on. And normally all those subjects are things people were raised on and built on. I'm not wasting my breath, because I know you're probably not
Yeah.
going to agree with me. You're going to send it through a
Hey,
loop
shout out,
sometimes. Not you. I just mean in general.
shout out to and you probably know who I'm talking about, Miss Keisha Newton. If y'all ever run into Miss
Oh, she a
Keisha,
big. I talk to her all the time. She a big Trump supporter.
me and
And you
Keisha,
ain't gonna move her to tell her nothing. I
listen,
love Lisa.
I just like to get her riled up.
I'm,
I
I'm,
like to get her riled up, and she
I'm
she was definitely a
me,
Trump supporter.
me and Zach.
Go ahead.
I say we conversation before. When me and Zach started the cast. This was last year, and I'm all people 100 when it comes to these. Hey! Hold on a second.
Yeah, I got you. So basically, Miss
Hold on a
Keisha,
minute.
yeah, Miss Keisha
Sorry about that, man.
was real big on
Get your butt.
Trump,
Get.
and she was just like, after the election happened, I ran up to her and I talked to her, and her and her husband. And what I love about her husband, he just let her be her. You know what I'm saying? He never tried to switch her from being her, and he's very supportive and things of that nature. I actually learned a lot from just
Sit down.
observing. And man, Keisha was just no holds bar when it come to black people. She was like, yeah,
But
we be
I
thinking.
love that
So
she's hurt.
about that, y'all.
Say what now?
So sorry about that, y'all. So my thing is, like, when it comes to these politics and presidents and stuff like that, I'm gonna be real. I haven't voted since I voted for George Bush. That's me. Um, I'm the type of person that every person talk a good game to get vote. They get you know get some. Now, think about it. Obama in the office, he was black-headed. His head is always black. When he left office, 8 years, that head is gray as hell. Number
You going in and
two,
out.
it ages you like crazy. You hear me now?
All right, do a
Barely.
mic check. Do a mic check real quick.
Everybody can hear me? Mic check,
Can you hear
man.
me? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just went out.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But either way, I'm gonna try to bring him back. I'm gonna try to bring him back. I don't know what happened. Ant.
I don't know
Are you
either.
there? Okay. Try it again. Yeah, it went out. Nah, we can't hear you.
All right, hold on a minute. Let me try something.
So basically, he just, basically it's we about to end up the show anyway. Whoever you vote for, it's on you. We already know that. Nobody can alter your opinion. I just think it shouldn't be about white and black. It should be about what you think is right and wrong. And you just have to push for the issue that you want to push for. Have an open mind. have an open mind, man. That's part of the podcast. That's the reason why we're doing it. You know, we come in to know the comments, but at the same time, we are giving a true perspective. I mean, a true perspective of what our thoughts are. And if you want to voice your opinion, come on the show. You know what I'm saying? It's not about debate. It's about trying to make other people that just like you understand some of the things that you agree or disagree on with your government. And it actually is educational when we talk up here. Some things we probably would never talk about if we in any other setting. We probably wouldn't even have these conversations. You know what I mean? That's why I appreciate the platform, just because I wouldn't talk about this with anybody. I just wouldn't. At my job, I probably wouldn't have these conversations. I wouldn't. I don't even bring up Donald Trump. My dad, my parents, they don't even want to talk about Donald Trump. Like, nah, I don't want to. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like getting away from your city. You're in a whole nother setting. You want to figure out. You want to see life in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? So it's great to have these conversations. I appreciate y'all, man. And we're going to try to jump on tomorrow, 3 p.m. If you can, or if you can't, I will see you there tomorrow. I appreciate you. Love y'all. And we out. You already know what the outro is.
I feel like slapping a nigga today. Oh, oh, oh. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Oh, oh, oh. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Oh, oh, oh. These motherfuckers on the road, where the hell they learn to drive. Jive turkeys at my job, about to get a cool, cold, mean five. Should've took the day off. Might slap my boss. My own damn kids pissing me off, as if I hadn't had enough. Chipotle fucked my goddamn order up. I'm fed up, I'm fed up, I'm fed up. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. See me waving you down.